So this is the recap video for all 5 Urban Tango Nights workshops or classes spread over the weekend of the Welsh International Tango Festival. So in our first workshop, which was workshop 2 on the list, which was Boleos into a Colgada Calesita, started with us talking about the embrace and how this is all important. So I'm going to lean forward, a slight flex of the knee, to form our tango posture, having a very slight V shape and having a very flexible embrace so we can move in between close and open, because when we go into the Colgada we will be opening up the embrace in the top half. So we started this off with a balancé onto the right foot, a side step to the left and a side step back to the right, but twisting to my right, so I'm bringing the follower around. And as I do that, as I take my side step to my right, I am locking the follower. So that again is side step to the left, a twist back and a block the follower. I then use this to lead the back Boleo, so I twist my chest to the right, lift my chest, and the follower will bring her leg up into a Boleo position. If I get enough momentum from my twist, the follower will start coming away from me and the embrace will shift and we end up in a Colgada position. If I maintain that momentum from this, so sending her into the Boleo, into the Colgada and put her into a sandwich, I can rotate around her, lean her away from me, and we have the Calesita, and to bring her through, I can take her past my chest with a twist to the right, and she can come out in the front option. And that was the first workshop we taught. The second workshop we taught was Introduction to Canyengue. I know there's different ways of pronouncing that. And this was a very discussive workshop, so we discussed the history of Argentine tango and how this Canyengue is the earliest recognisable form of it, and that it wasn't well recorded, so we don't fully know what was involved with it. And therefore, what we taught was what people tend to do with this form of the dance now. So it may be totally inaccurate, or maybe totally accurate, or it's probably a mixture of the two. So we started off again talking about the embrace, because the history implies that this was danced on Uruguay floors, therefore you had to be able to lift the knees. Therefore, instead of having a tango bridge which is straight on, it is more of an L shape. We still have the chest-to-chest connection, but we're more open at the hips. We talked about the left hand position for the leaders and how it can be held low, it can be held high, it can even be behind the followers back and have the hands free. As we said, this is probably more of a romanticised image of it, as there's talk about being able to reach for your knife and turn your follower away and out to get her out of harm's way. We can even dance this with our hands in our pocket and the follower's hand resting on top. Again, we wouldn't recommend this because it looks slightly dodgy. However, there is often seen with the follower's hand on the man's hip and the man's hand on top of that. We started off with talking about the timing of a heavy, slow, quick, slow rhythm. So we're picking up the left foot to take a side step to the right. We're twisting the follower back and stepping through, slow, changing of weight, quick, and then coming back the other way. So stepping through, quick, slow, and quick, slow. We then talked about moving this into a moving form of Canyengue. So this is obviously a stationary step. So we took it from the side step, stepping back, stepping to the side, and then stepping through, and making this progress. And again, we brought in the rhythms of slow, quick, slow into this. We then modified this to do some back steps. So stepping to the side, stepping through, stepping to the side, stepping back, stepping to the side, and then bring the follower, so she's going to move forward and step in outside, and then we can come back to the side step. We then finish this off with basically doing a chain of burritos. So from our side step, twisting the follower into the back step, the lead is then going to change weight by doing a quick. And as he does this, we are moving our right foot to the outside of the follower's foot, We can then lift this foot up and do a form of burrito, step into the side, and this will then move along the floor. And then to come out of this, we did a sort of sweeping move which almost took this into Boleo. So I'm just going to take you onto the back step. So I was moving her foot through and up, and as I do this I'm going to twist my chest to the right, which sends that follower's foot behind, and then we can come back and we're in parallel system of walking. So that was workshop 5A. On the Sunday in workshop 7, we taught crossing into modern jive and Sacadaing back. So this was a fusion class where we fusioned Argentine tango into modern jive. So again, we discussed Argentine tango as already a fusion dance in itself, and modern jive is actually a fusion dance of rock and roll and salsa elements. So, and we discussed how both dances are improvised. There's no strict timing. It's all about expression and self, and of the partnership and forming a good connection. So we started off with a Argentine tango forward cross. So from the embrace, we took a side step to the left, walking outside the follower, twisting into open, and going into a basic cross. We then took a through into a forward ocho. We then modified this to be able to create a fusion point. So as I step outside my right and I step forward with my left, and I send her into that cross, I'm not transferring my weight fully, and as she goes into the cross I'm going to step back away from her, so this creates the space for us to go into the modern jive. I then use my chest as I do in Argentine tango, and also some hand leading from modern jive. So I twist my chest to cause the follower to unhook, so this is similar to tango, and creating the space, and she can walk through. For the modern jive, we discussed elements of changes of places. So left hand to follower's right, I can twist her through, and we've got a basic change of place there. We can do a change of place on the other side by twisting her through there. So this is just modifications on the same space. We can collect both hands and do change of places with both hand holds. We discuss what happens if we keep one hand low and one hand up, and we'll go into basket, or if we twist her in the other direction, we'll go into variations. So with modern jive, we can have fun by just changing hand holds and carrying out the same moves. Let's look at the modifications of it. However, we now need to be able to get back into Argentine tango. So if we're from the open style of modern jive, if we send her back away from ourselves, bring her in and twist her to step back on her right leg, and I keep my right leg together, this is the position which is very similar to an ocho. So if I did a reverse Sacada, so I'm twisting or I'm placing my left leg behind my right and between the follower's legs, and keeping my chest towards my followers and creating the car motion. As I step back onto my left foot, my follower will come around frontally, and because she's trying to take the shortest path, she will come in close, which allows me to go into a close embrace. If I wanted to modify this, I can then leave my leg in there, get a Sacada, and we can walk out in cross system, or we've got options to take them into reverse Sacadas, leg wraps, back plein-airs, whatever you wish. We then moved on to our Monday classes. So we normally teach 2 free classes on a Monday, one at lunchtime, one in the evening, and we included both those in the Tango Festival this year. So in our lunchtime class, we looked at the systems of walking, going into the cross system of walking and a linear Sacada. So we started off with the parallel system of walking, where as I walk forward, I move my chest forward to cause the follower's leg to project, and I'm stepping into the space left by my follower, so we're right leg to left leg throughout this system. We then took this into outside system of walking, so I side step to my left, twisting my chest to face my follower but keeping my hips straight on. We can then walk outside, so maintaining this chest to chest connection. We then looked at doing the cross system of walking. So if I step forward on my left foot, cross my right foot behind my left, but keep my chest moving forward, the follower will continue to move at a steady pace, and I can then go into the cross system. So I'm using a leader's crossed, or man's cross, to be able to go into the system walking, and then to come out of it again, I could just do another leader's cross to be able to do this. We then use this cross system of walking to do a linear Sacada. So I'm just going to go straight to the cross system from a side step here, just to show you. As I step forward on my left foot and then I step forward on my right, instead of stepping into the space left by my follower's right leg, I'm arching my foot in at the last moment. And as I transfer my weight onto this, I make contact with my follower's thigh, which causes a displacement, and the follower's thigh will be displaced around into a walk. We talked about the adjustment of time of the leader's step, because now the follower's leg is sweeping, it will take more time for it to get to the point of weight change. So we have to adjust our walk for that. Finally, we took this out into a back sweep, or back planeo. So from the Sacada, instead of just transferring the walk and getting ready to move forward, I put my weight onto my right foot and twist my chest to my left. So you'll sweep it behind, we end up in a back planeo, and then we can walk out. And that was our lunchtime class. In the evening class, we looked at Milonga, and in particular we paid attention to the musical features of it and how to dance it to modern music. So, we again started off with the embrace, and we started off with a simple box step, which is common to Milonga. So some box step with a back step in Milonga. We wouldn't recommend that if you're dancing it in line of dance, because you might step on the person behind you. It's okay if you're facing back with the leaders back to the line of dance, because there shouldn't be anybody behind you to be able to step into it. But just to be safe, we would always start this simple box with a side step. So we do a side step to the left, we then step outside the follower, forward and back in line, and taking a side step to the right, change of weight, back step, side, forward, in line, back, change of weight. So as you can see, this will progress through along the line of dance. We looked at some variations on this as far as timing is concerned, so we can do mixtures of slows and quicks, so we can go slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, 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 so we can really emphasise parts of the music through this. We then looked at adding in trust speeds to this basic step. So from the side step, forward, side, close, so basic box. As we step to the side, we can do a half step, so we move the chest as if we're going to lead the follower, and then we bring it back, and we can really emphasise the trasty rhythms doing this, so the more compound timings of adding slows and quicks in it. We can also do it on the forward step, which just becomes a rebound, and the side step to the right. Did we do anything else in the evening class? I think that was it.
Rocks.
Oh, rock steps, yeah.
Rock steps.
So we did turn rock steps as well. So taking it to the left, you can step forward, rock the weight down, and we can emphasise different timings again with this, and we can even crab it to make it progress sideways. And we also looked at doing little gancho decorations with this, or first of all, Boleo decorations. So as I step forward and come back, I can get little flicks in here. The follower can do the same. I can do flicks behind with my other leg, or I can do mixtures of both, but we don't want to do too many of those and over-decorate this dance. And finally, we did add in a little gancho to this. So as I take my follower outside me, if I twist away from her so she's pivoting around me, I can get little ganchos in between her legs as I'm doing this, and I can pivot her out. And that was the evening class and our full recap of the Welsh International Tango Festival. If you notice Alison's shoes, these are brand new shoes from Ballets and Os, sparkly, which she was hoping to arrive in time for the Tango Festival. Due to missing the postman though, we didn't pick them up until the Monday. But if you would like good shoes, we recommend seeing in that of Balletseo.
Yes, definitely.
Anyway, thank you for watching this.
Thank you.
And we hope to see you at the next Welsh International Tango Festival, if not our classes before then. Thank you for watching this Urban Tango Nights recap. If you like these videos, please subscribe to our channel by clicking the logo. You can find more of our class summaries down here and other videos of us dancing tango over here. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Meter. Links are in the description below. And you can also subscribe to our newsletter using the link below.